you'll find no exception in me. But that doesn't get me through a sea of tears. Oh, life's biggest tragedy. So long ago and so far away, but my dream lives on forever. I guess I believe that I'll see you one day, for without it there is no dream. Join me within my dream. And how much I love you, you'll never know till you join me within my dream.
Thank you. Thank you. Music for you. Like that? My son was playing Ralph's keyboard yesterday. He was having fun. There's all kinds of crazy sounds and things in there. Let's see what we can do. I need my glasses.
I met Ralph, I can remember it very clearly, at Woodstock 94. And someone said, oh, that's Ralph Garcia. And I said, oh, that's Ralph Garcia, because I'd heard about him. Everybody knew Ralph, except me. We lived like 10 miles away from each other. Well, that first night we became fast friends as I helped him covertly tape Todd's performance. It wasn't very covert, everybody knew about it, but he tried to maintain his covertness. And as time went on, we found that we had a delight of going to diners after Todd concerts, and we had a crew sitting at that table, along with another friend, Jules, who's also passed away. We would go to whichever diner we could find open. And, well, Ralph really delighted in the fact that my friend Sophia worked for a proctologist. Many stories as if she could come up with me. And the waitresses would usually get involved because they'd want to know why all these people were crying with laughter, and of course we had to share it. This happened for several years. We'd meet up, we'd go out afterwards, we'd get lost. Inevitably, we'd always get lost in our little caravan of cars. And then, as Sophia was mentioning, one thing that I remember is when we'd near home, the cars would diverge. And I still remember seeing his car going off in one direction and his mine went in another. The next thing that I want to say about Ralph is something that's been touched on before, his generosity. Outside of the endless stacks of care packages, which were always gratefully accepted and loved, and some were unwatched. all you had to do was mention that you liked a particular artist or you were curious about a particular artist or anything, and you get a care package.
Yeah.
Yep. When I started an endeavor called Black and White at Todd Magazine, thank you, he was always there to help. Even one time it came back late from the printer and we had to get it out, and he was up there stuffing. Stuffing and stapling and stuffing and stapling. He came up for that. And then I got really sick. And the one thing that I remember about Ralph is he called me every day to see how I was doing. When other people just kind of took it for granted, he still called. But it seemed to be always one-sided with him. The only time I remember him calling to complain was when he had the shingles. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember hearing, like a 10-minute conversation of ouch, ouch. He vented. The one thing that I am grateful for, and I've mentioned this online and I'll say it again, was at our last conversation. The last thing I said to him was, I love you. To which he repeated, I love you too. And I just want to reiterate that. We all love you, Ralph. Go in peace.
Well, thank you for sharing that. It was beautiful. Woodstock, 94. That was great. Todd had this Todd Pod, we call it the Todd Pod, where Todd was one-man show in this metal thing, video. They didn't even have flat screens back then. They were still using big TVs. And in Woodstock 94, there was you had the North Stage and the South Stage. The North Stage was like a football field wide. It was huge, and the sound was perfect. It was Dead's sound company, Ultravox, that did the sound. I was there, and in the middle of 400,000 people, the way I met Ralph, I knew he was there. We were going to meet at the Surreal Field, where Todd was playing 4 shows a day. He did at 3 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, at 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock from Thursday. Okay, he was supposed to play till Sunday, but when Sunday came along, that was it. So it was Saturday night. I did not see Ralph yet. It was the 12 o'clock show. I went to Surreal Field a lot because that was the only place the porta-johns were clean. Okay, it was really a mess. I was in the South Stage camp. I can talk to you for days about Woodstock 94. But anyway, the way I met Ralph at Woodstock 94 was I went to the clean porta-johns. It was about a 5-mile hike from where I was. And there were mud people. It was amazing. The sound was really great. It was an amazing situation. But I finally, after seeing all the events, I was going to see Todd Saturday night at 12. Arrive to the porta-johns to do my thing. I'm waiting in line, and I'm standing this way, and from the left I hear a door open up. And now it rained from Thursday to Saturday. So when I come out, and everything's all slippery. If you didn't fall, you were some kind of robot or something. Everybody fell in the mud. So some dude gets out, the porta-john, and he's walking, and he's gonna fall. So I turn. And I grabbed to catch the dude, and it's Ralph. And that's how I saw Ralph at Woodstock 94, and then we went to see the Todd show. Todd fell in the mud too. He came back, they hosed him off for the 12. He was like an hour late for the 12 o'clock show, and he took his shoes off, and they hosed him off because he fell in the mud backstage at the 9 Inch Nails show. But so many memories. And like you said, we all cried, First, week, 2 weeks. I mean, all I thought about was all the things I spent with Ralph. You know, for 36 years, there's so many things. You know, 2 marriages, playing in the band. We always were in contact. The last 10 years, you know, having kids. You know, my son's 9 years old. Keep you busy. You get away from you know, the fun things you used to do. But, oh yeah, there was always a Todd show a couple times a year. We always got together. And it's all timeless, you know, the times we spent, the music we worked on together, and the shows, the experiences. Like Woodstock 94, that's 20 years ago. It's hard to believe, it's 20 years ago. Well, there's Walter Cummings, who was I call him the Long Island Connection. In the mid-70s, probably, Ralph went to the Nassau Coliseum to see, he was a big Evel Knievel freak, okay? Ralph thought he was Evel Knievel on a motorcycle and did a jump and broke his freaking collarbone, okay, when he was a kid. That's how much Ralph loved Evel Knievel. So, it was an Evel Knievel show for 2 days at the Coliseum, and he met Walter Cummings, who lived in New Hyde Park, the town I grew up when I was a kid. I went to high school. And at 16, I joined a band. And Walter introduced us to a keyboard player who was Ralph. We never played. We were supposed to play this big high school dance, and it got canceled. And we never played the freaking gig at that time. And then, you know, a year later went around and we formed a band. We started doing crazy stuff like King Crimson, Todd. So nobody did Todd songs. Ralph and I would sit here and do a Todd medley where we would do, you know, Dream Goes On Forever, and then The Verb to Love, and Wouldn't Have Made It Different. You know, he just segued into I could sit here with Ralph, we could open up a Todd book and we could do a zillion Todd songs. Just sing them and even play them. There's nobody I know could just come out and just play a Todd song. I mean, you just sing. And there's so many memories where the house in North Bergen, you know, we go to the city, we just play Todd songs, and I would sing. That's what I do. With the band, Cult Science, we played original music. One of the songs you heard was just one of probably like 3 or 4 albums worth of material. It was progressive rock with 2 keyboard players. Ralph was here, and there was another one there. My synthesizer was on the left, and I just did noises, winds, and sounds and stuff like that. And I fronted the band. We played places like my father's place, like 10 times. You know, we opened up for Renaissance. It's a little disgusting story about Ralph. We were at the Renaissance story. There's so many freaking stories. Okay, there's 2 dressing rooms at my father's place. It was a class act place to play. We had a dressing room with a shower. There were 2 of them. Annie Haslam, the singer, she had this big, I never forget, I never seen anything like it. This trunk that opened up with like outfits. It was huge. It was just like the middle of this whole stage. Plopped right into this dressing room. The band was in the other dressing room. She had her own. And the Cult Science opened up. And we had no dressing room. So we were in the manager, the owner, Epi, who owned my father's place. We changed our clothes in his office. But Ralph, he went to the bathroom in his bathroom and left her a nice message. She was real pissed off at the beginning of that show. I'll never forget. Maybe that was the reason why. But they were the most obnoxious, arrogant people I've ever met. And I played a lot of gigs, but it was kind of interesting. But yeah, Ralph was, there was a lot of bathroom music. So. Anyway, I'll play a song. I think I got another one. If I can find my capo, I lost it. cable. You got one? Oh, thanks, man. I had this cable for like 10 years, man. I've never ever lost it. You just want to throw it right on top of you.
That's where I got it from. You should ask. May not it get almost gone. Yeah, that's what you
All right, we try. Don't want to mess with my wires. It's one of my favorite songs. I don't have my effects box. Play it clean. One man comes, the name of one. One man goes, one man comes, mystified. One man should overflow. In the name of love, with more than we will love. In the name of love, with more than we will love. One man comes and bow my face. One man rises. One man washed on an empty beach. One man betrayed with a kiss. In the name of love, with more than we will love. In the name of love, with more than we will love. ambient music. I can sing all. What? Some Todd songs? I'll play originals. If I can remember. Alright, here's a song I wrote. Try to see if I remember it. I did not rehearse it. Show me a sign. I really wanna know. I really wanna see you. Won't you let me go? I've waited so long, so patiently. I really wanna see you. Won't you take me away? Love is inside you. Love is around you. Love it will guide you and shine you and blind you to find you, to bind you. I really wanna see you. Won't you let me go? I only wanna be with you. Won't you take me away? I've waited so long to be with you. Won't you take me away from you and set me free? Love is inside you. Love is around you. Love it will guide you and shine you and blind you, find you, find you. Love is all around. It really exists. It's not an illusion. It's what we all are. Love is what we all are. I want you to be loved. Let me bring you love. Love so much.